Okay, Assalamu alaikum. So today our video is about the mill on the flask. शॉर्ट आंसर क्वेश्चन. मिल ऑन द फ्लास्क की समरी और कैरेक्टर लिस्ट जो है वो कर ली थी, तो अब इसके जो शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन है वो कर लेते हैं. ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट. हु इज़ narrated in the mill on the flask? We don't know whether the narrator is a man or woman, but he or she narrates the story of Tulliver family in detail. He or she has a sense of humor which is very sarcastic. Satiric. The narrator knows first-hand detail of Tulliver's. Who is Maggie Tulliver? Maggie is the protagonist of the novel. She is very intelligent but very sensitive girl. She is young, clever, and imaginative. She longs for her brother Tom's love and care. This passion takes her to many contradicts. She is torn apart between her love for his family member and Stephen, whom she likes. But we see that she can't apart from her family. In the end of the novel, she dies while trying to save her brother Tom. What does Mr. Tulliver plans for his son Tom? Mr. Tulliver plans to educate Tom well rather than have him take over the mill. He decides to pay for Tom's to have additional education, but it leads a family quarrel between Mr. Tulliver and his wife's sister. Write a few lines on Tom Tulliver. Tom is Maggie's older brother. He has to run his family when his father, Mr. Tulliver, goes bankrupt. He is athletic, prideful, and obsessed with justice. He has an unforgiving nature. He does not care for the deep feeling of his younger sister Maggie. He is practical, determined, and willing. We see with these spirits he succeed in regaining his family honor. In the end, he dies by drowning in a nearby flooded river. How does Mr. Tulliver resolve the tension Tom's further study with his wife? Mr. Tulliver had lent some money from his wife's sister, Mrs. Glegg. After the quarrel with her, Mr. Tulliver decided to pay off her debt. In this way, he resolved his tension with his wife by weakening her hold on him. Who is Mr. Tulliver? Mr. Tulliver is Maggie and Tom's father. He is owner of Dorcote Mill. He is loose-tempered, inflexible, and touchy person. He is proud of Maggie's intelligence and is very generous toward his daughters. He loses all his property in a court case of dispute with his wife's relatives. He hates Mr. Wackham, a lawyer whom he considers responsible for his bankruptcy. How does Maggie fall in love with Philip Wackham? Mr. Stillings, a clergyman, takes Tom as a student. Maggie goes to meet her brother Tom. There she meets other students there. There she befriends Philip Wackham, the son of her father's worst enemy, Mr. Wackham. Write a short note on Mrs. Bessie Tulliver. Mrs. Tulliver is Maggie and Tom's mother. She is very simple and favors Tom and wishes Maggie were blonder and simpler herself. She is very proud to be a Dodson. She is practically distressed by the loss of her household goods and furniture when Mr. Tulliver goes bankrupt. Where does Maggie get educated? Maggie, along with her cousin Lucy, is sent to the same school where her brother Tom and Philip are taught, but she is called home when her father loses his suit with lawyer Wackham over the use of river Floss. What do you know about Philip Wackham? Philip Wackham is the son of Mr. Wackham. He is Tom's class fellow. He is an intelligent and talented student but has inferiority complex. Why Tom has to leave his education incomplete. Tom is studying at the school when his father goes bankrupt. Tom has to leave his education incomplete to support his family. Who is Stephen Guest? Stephen is Mr. Guest's only son. He is handsome, rich, clever, and snobbish. He plans to be politician. He is Philip's good friend. He is engaged to Lucy, but when he meets Maggie, he fell in love with her. How does Mr. Peckham degrade Mr. Tulliver? Mr. Tulliver loses his lawsuit with lawyer Wacom. His mill is declared for auction. The lawyer Mr. Wacom buys the Cote mill and degrades Mr. Tulliver by retaining him as a manager of the mill. Write a few lines on Lucy Dane. Lucy is Maggie's cousin. She is pleasant, quiet, passive, and cute. She is happy all the time and never creates difficulties for others. She is engaged to Stephen Guest. She makes her best effort to rejoin Stephen and Maggie. How does Tom manage to support his family? When Tom has to support his family, Bob Chaikin, one of Tom's childhood friends, pay a huge amount to Tom and become a member of Tulliver's family. Bob also buys book for Maggie. He is a successful businessman, so he helped Tom in learning business tactics. With his help, Tom become a successful businessman and pay off all loans of his family. ओके आज हाफ कर लेते, कल हाफ कर लेंगे. Stay tuned for the other part. Allah Hafiz and subscribe my channel.